Speed reader. Can't wait till he reaches 139 and tells us we didn't understand the story. Clown emoji.
Well, Demok90, you called it. I so obviously speed ran reading AOT. It only took me months to read AOT, so I got through that pretty fast. Probably still faster than you read it. And yes, AOT's ending is pretty good. So jumping right in, yeah, Eren did all of this so that humanity would be considered the heroes. He became the bad guy they needed to unite the world and bring upon a new era of peace. And well, he did also kill 80% of humanity, so he really did become, as the kids say, worse than Hitler. Wait, or no, the new one's down bad. He became really down bad. For example, let's take the current population of the world, which is 7.9 billion people, and let's just pretend that's the same population of an AOT world, and do some simple math. Eren Yeager killed nearly 6,320,000,000 people. If we were to compare that to the other human genocides, spoilers, they don't even come close. I mean, the Holocaust had a death toll of 5.1 million. Now, why am I bringing this up? Because some people believe Eren didn't go too far. Let that sink in a little bit, okay? Good. As for my thoughts on the whole thing, this made a lot of sense to me. Eren did what he had to do and became something he never wanted to be so that he could save everyone. Now, here's the thing. If I had to pick between euthanasia or genocide, though, well, I'd pick euthanasia at this point. I understand Eren's plan here, but he ended up killing so many people and ruining the environment and all that comes with that. So I'd have to say Zeke's plan is my preferred plan out of the two. Not saying that Eren's plan didn't work either, but if we're gonna get all hero of justice about this, Shiro Emiya would have chosen the euthanasia path. It's also revealed that Ymir fell in love with King Fritz, which is why she did everything for him, even sacrificing her own life. This I do not understand at all, as Fritz literally treated her like a human weapon to get what he wanted, and even in death chopped her up into bits to feed her to her own children and his children. How does someone like Ymir see this awful man, see what he's done, how he would rape and pillage wherever he went, hunt her down like a dog, effectively killing her at one point, only to discover the power of the Titan so that she'd be used like she was and still be in love with him? I mean, I've heard love works in mysterious ways, but damn, King Fritz either has to be laying some impressive pipe or under that beard is the ultimate playboy. But what I find interesting about Ymir and all of this is that she was waiting for someone to free her from this toxic love for Fritz, and I think that's what that means. And the person to do that was none other than the wholesome Mikasa, because we all love her. Because of this, Eren was deemed to follow a path to make Mikasa the hero in all of this. Due to this, Eren's thoughts became incoherent because of the vast history of the Titans. This was most interesting, as to think about this deeper, Eren must have been in a living hell of not knowing who he was any longer, as he became a literal, embodiment of a hive mind. I do not envy what Eren had to do, and why over time that peachy looking Eren we came to love turned more into a 20-year-old looking like a 30-year-old, feeling like a 40-year-old with the abs of a 20-year-old. This leads to an honest moment between Armin and Eren about Mikasa. That time when Eren told Mikasa directly to her face he hated her, that wasn't the truth. In reality, he loves Mikasa, so wholesome, and doesn't want to die and see her with anyone but himself, also wholesome. This made me feel for Eren quite a bit here, as he genuinely loved Mikasa, but knew all along they could not be together, and I actually think the way he handled this relationship with her was good. If you think back to how cold he was towards Mikasa and juxtapose that with the one moment where he visibly showed he loved her in season 2 and this moment, you come to realize he tried to protect Mikasa from, himself. The reason he told her he hated her, all of the cold shoulders, that was all of a way to protect Mikasa's feelings and her love. Because we know they would have ran away together otherwise, and that would have seen the destruction of Paradis and all the people that they loved. Their love was simply never meant to be, which I think is what hurts most about these panels. So Eren is now dead, the Titans are now officially gone, and we see the ghosts of our friends from Levi's fallen comrades to the ghost of Sacha, which, not even lying, all of that made me cry, but it won't be the first time I cry in this chapter. There's a lot more crying to go. But speaking more about the Titans, the ability of them, literally goes away. This makes me think about what happened to the Colossal Titans, and if the people inside of them survived. I think that would be cool, because if so, this means that these people are thousands of years old. Just imagine the kind of story theories and perspectives that they would have. But none of that is important because Gabby practically launches Falco. I just wanted to mention that. Mikasa, on the other hand, comes out from the dust with Aaron's head, carrying it as if it were a baby in her arms. They agree that Mikasa should go and bury it at the tree, as if the people saw Aaron's head, they would surely destroy and desecrate it. As Mikasa goes to give Aaron a proper burial, a standoff happens between what is left of society, and then, and there, they all make peace with each other, achieving the thing Aaron wanted all along, I think. I hope. 3 years pass, and what they now call the Battle of Heaven and Earth ended, and the world is just a bit more peaceful. Historia is happy with her child, and of course the child is happy because of their purple cake. But while peace may have been brokered somewhere else, Historia strengthens Paradis in fear of retaliation. Though Hitch doesn't seem to care too much, this leads to our heroes going to meet with Historia to once and for all settle these disputes and create peace. While they're on their way, I loved the interactions we get between these characters. John simply wants to impress schoolgirls who read history books, which is both illegal and very much like John. But Annie asks if this will all ever end. And Armin's answer is one that sends tears down my face, because it's true. Conflict will never end, as everything is a cycle and history tends to repeat itself. And as Mikasa, waiting for her friends under a tree where Aaron is buried, gets sad missing Aaron. A bird, not unlike the birds we often see in AOT, fixes Mikasa's scarf and flies away freely. That's what we call good writing. But peace is something that never lasts. Through the ages, the story of Ymir repeats itself again and again. There will always be conflicts. Time moves on, and people often forget and make the mistakes their ancestors did, leading them down the same destructive paths. AOT is a story of humanity and our struggles and how we constantly fall into the same self-destruction, even with our best intentions not to. To steal a quote from one of my favorite video game franchises,
War never changes.